The official term is called post-cognitive cancer impairment, PCCI, but it's commonly known as Chemo Brain. And in terms that people describe, they'll say, I have brain fog. My thinking is muddied. It's not clear. It's not sharp. I have trouble recalling details and processing information. I may only be able to hold one or two things, walk into the room and can't remember why I was coming into the room. Or know I had a list of appointments to make today and I can only remember the first one or the first two. You know, some of the problems, some of the cognitive issues are actually different than what we see in aging. So there's information processing speed declines. There are memory retrieval issues, memory encoding issues. So these are direct effects, we think, of what's going on in the brain following the trauma of the chemotherapy and radiation therapy that patients receive. The numbers vary widely, but approximately 20% of people who get chemotherapy, even 6 months out, do not have a full restoration of cognitive function. They know they're still significantly impaired and are looking for ways to manage that, to treat that. There are a few medications that have been tried. Most of them have been targeting the fatigue associated with the chemotherapy. And so stimulant medications like Ritalin or even Provigil or Nuvigil work to alleviate some of that fatigue and can even sharpen the mind to some extent. But generally they don't restore that full function. So there aren't a lot of medications to date that we're looking toward improving this. For most people, finding strategies that can improve the way the brain works is really better for them, or probably their best line of treatment following chemotherapy. And that would involve being creative, finding cognitive tasks, maybe starting something new, picking up a new hobby, a new practice, exercise, physical activity, getting out in nature, stimulating the mind, stimulating the whole being is a way to then get a lot of the brain functioning again, and some of it to take over some of those processes that were lost during the chemotherapy. The brain has really been designed to learn throughout the entire lifespan. So we used to think it kind of stopped at the adolescent years. We took everything in until adolescence, and then we began paring away all the superfluous and what wasn't going to be used, and we kind of laid down the hard wires that would carry us through adulthood. But that's not entirely true. And we're learning that not only can you teach an old dog new tricks, but you could teach all kinds of beings new tricks as you get older. And so that kind of stimulation then works not only to improve brains, but also to ward off things like early dementia and help people to continue to be alert and mentally active throughout their years, including their elderly years. And let's not forget joy. Joy is a big component, because if we're feeling better about ourselves, more of us is opened up to be curious, creative, interested, to maybe want to do more things and maybe call that old friend or have a lunch date with someone, because now you're feeling better about yourself. And that kind of stimulation conversation, which will always be novel, is another way to continue that stimulation of the brain that will bring you back online.